Is your money liquid enough? Now, if you don't understand the importance of that question, that is what we're going to be talking about in today's Tuesday tip, so you definitely need to stay locked in. Hi, my name is Carson Graves, Certified Financial Planner and President and CEO of the Retirement Education Center. And today what we are going to be discussing is your money actually liquid enough? Now, that is a very important question that many retirees have to ask themselves every single year when it comes to the importance of them saving money. So we're going to break that down today so you can understand if your money is liquid enough and why the liquidity of your money is so important. So let's go ahead and get started. So what does liquidity of your money mean? I can tell you many people actually get this confused. When it comes to your money being liquid, the definition of your money being liquid, it means that it has to have very little, if any, variance in its day-to-day price value. That's really what's important. So what that means really when it comes to your short-term assets is that it's going to be really considered to be liquid because the price of that asset is going to be really stable on a day-to-day basis. So what type of assets are really liquid? Obviously, it's going to be your checking accounts, your saving accounts, your money market accounts, and any CDs if there is no penalty that can be assessed with that CD. That's what's really important. If there's no penalty assessed with it, it can be considered liquid. So what are some of the misconceptions when it comes to money being liquid? The misconception comes when you're talking about stocks, mutual funds, or maybe ETFs. Many people may consider these assets to be liquid, but by the definition of being liquid, they may not fit the bill really. Yes, you can sell out of a stock very quickly, or you can sell out of a mutual fund, but the actual caveat is that the variance of those assets must be stable on a day-to-day basis. We all know that stocks can be very volatile, mutual funds can be volatile, ETFs can be volatile. So with that particular definition, they may not be considered liquid if you have to sell at a loss. So what's really not considered to be liquid? What's going to be an illiquid asset? Well, obviously it's going to be real estate. As we all know, real estate is not an asset in which you can just sell very quickly. Artwork is another type of asset that may be very illiquid. Long-term bonds, CDs that are actually under the penalty phase are not considered to be liquid. And of course, annuities. Annuities are typically considered to be long-term vehicles, and so they are definitely not considered to be any type of liquid asset. So why is the liquidity for your money even important? Well, one of the main reasons is that that money is accessible in case you have an emergency or any type of financial setback. Now, you never want to have to dive into your hard assets that you're investing for long term in case of an emergency or financial setback. So having money liquid is going to be very important in that particular situation. Also, liquidity of your money will allow you to seize opportunities that may exist. So like we were talking about real estate being illiquid, if you have liquid money, that can be a perfect opportunity for you to actually pounce on an illiquid asset like real estate. There could be a great deal out there. So a home is actually in foreclosure and you need to be competitive. Having some liquid money on the side is going to be critical for you to seize those opportunities. Now, one of the things that I do want to make note of is that having too much money in liquid assets is not a good thing, because that money obviously can fall victim to inflation. And of course, you can end up losing purchasing power if too much money is set on the sideline. So unless you have a purpose with those dollars, you want to make sure that you don't keep too much money liquid in your accounts. Now, with that being said, the question here really is how much money should you keep liquid? Now, this is not a science. Some people have different philosophies when it comes to how much money they should have liquid for various reasons, but there are rule of thumbs that most people try to adhere to. One of the rule of thumb is that you should keep liquid an emergency amount anywhere between 3 to 6 months of your core expenses. So if your core expenses is about $4,000 a month, if you're talking about 3 months, we should have at least $12,000 in liquid cash. If we're talking about 6 months, obviously we should have about $24,000 that's going to be accessible for you to take care of your core expenses when it comes to an emergency. Now, some of my clients may even use a percentage of their portfolio in order to determine how much money that they want to have liquid. Some clients keep as much as 20 to 30% of their portfolio in cash. Now, why do they do this? Well, one, When you have a large cash reserve, your portfolio can have a defensive mechanism in case the market actually goes down. And of course, in a declining market, when you have cash on the sideline, it will allow you to hold on to your other assets that you do not want to sell if they're actually down. On the other side of that, having a large amount of cash in your portfolio will also allow you to play offense, right? Because when assets do fall, you will have a cash reserve in place in order to buy up those investments at a discount. So I really do hope that today's Tuesday tips gave you some insight on the importance of having some of your money liquid. Please understand that these videos are created for educational purposes only, and that you should always consult with your own financial advisor, your own tax advisor, and your own attorney regarding your personal situation. Also, if you are looking for a fiduciary financial advisor to help you with these types of complex financial matters, we highly recommend that you utilize the links in our description below and go ahead and schedule a 1-hour free consultation with us today. And if you found this information to be beneficial, all that we ask is that you subscribe to this channel, like this video, and share with others.